So this kind of ties in then with chapter 5, which is disconnect to reconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, we have a problem with this in society today. But it was interesting as I was reading your book. I always think of we need to disconnect so we can reconnect with people.
Mm-hmm.
But what I loved was a sentence that you wrote in here. All of us need time to be alone with ourselves so that we can figure out exactly who we are without devices that distract us. This speaks to that whole idea, also like you were saying with boredom. Our brains need a break.
Yeah.
Our brains need boredom to learn kind of how to motivate. That to me was not that the other part isn't important as well,
right?
But I love the idea of not only do we need to reconnect with people, we need to reconnect with ourselves.
Yes, and kids don't know how to do that today. They're nervous to be alone because they're never alone. And so one of our boundaries is when our teenagers come out in the morning, they're not to bring their phones to the breakfast bar, right? I preach on solitude, like just be alone with yourself. And but it's kind of like they're toddlers too, because if I don't happen to be out, they'll bring their phone, they'll go right to the phone. And, mom's not going to see. So it doesn't mean that it's not working. I just come and we're going to put the phone away. You just keep up with it though. I always am talking to them about how important it is just to be alone with yourself.
Right.
But it's hard for them to do.
When you're saying that, I'm thinking to myself, like, do you have, this sounds like not safe zones, but places, zones where no phones are, what is on your contract? I know you talk about the media contract. What are some different examples of things that you have done in your home with your teenagers to step away from the technology?
Right. They got phones when we got back from that RV trip, and they were turning 14. They were going to be freshmen in high school. And then we've just always had a no technology in the bedrooms. We just have done that. Doesn't mean that they don't once in a while take it on back there. They're going to, right? That's just been our thing from the beginning.
It's the bedroom.
And I think a lot of people say, well, it's too late, right? I didn't do a media contract. It's never too late, right? You could just sit down tonight and have a family conversation. This is what we're going to do because, never at the dining table, never at any eating. So even when they're alone at the breakfast bar, it's like, just hang out and eat. Never at the family. And that goes for the same if we go to a restaurant. There's no phones out. It's just a habit. It doesn't mean they're not going to try to once in a while. But that's about it.
And don't you find with teenagers, well, all of them, but especially teenagers, if you give them kind of the reasons behind whether it's the research or your values, they will hook onto that more than if you just say no phones in the bedroom.
Right, exactly.
And I think that's kind of where parents and kids hit heads, is it's just going directly to that place of, I'm sick of this, I'm taking all of it away. Right.
So, no, I say we got to protect your sleep. Right. I mean, and so you have a reason. It doesn't mean they have to agree with your reason. Right. They don't need to agree with you.
Again,
they're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy about it, but you've got to know why you're doing it. Because you're helping them. You're trying to protect them because they're going to leave soon, and I doubt that they're going to put that phone, but they'll know
you've planted the seeds.
That I planted the seeds.
Yes.
And how they're going to do that when they leave our home is up to them. But
I agree.
But I try my best to set them up with some boundaries. I think so.
Okay. So then